Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Sandustry, the game about processing endless piles of sand. Today we're gonna upgrade our factory as always, but also there has been a new update and we're gonna talk about all the changes that were added in. One of the biggest ones is this. When you are jetpacking around, you're no longer stopped by anything. You can go through any block that you placed on the map. There's no more factories blocking you off. No more need for money gates. Rest in peace, money gates 2025 to 2025. Now we can just hover through anything that we want. If we're walking around, we can still, hit the solid blocks, but as soon as we start hovering, we can just go through anything and move around the factory as is. Is this a good change? Is this a bad change? I think it's good, but I don't really know. It definitely makes the game, easier to play. But is a game being easier to play, is that a good thing? Does it remove a challenge? Does it make things less interesting? I don't know. For the time being, I'm gonna say this is a great change, but I might change my mind over time. One other change in the game, and I'm gonna show this off real quick, is there is now a way to make water. So if you're one of those people who actually used up all their water before they made a water factory, there is now a brand new way to make water that is always available and easily accessible. I don't like this. So let's do it like this. And we'll do some more extensions. Just have a little pool of stuff over here. And then we're gonna open up our inventory menu. I'm gonna take out the cryo blaster. I'm gonna blast some cryo, i.e. we're gonna place down some snow in here. And then when we burn that snow, it's gonna turn into steam. So now snow turns into steam. Previously it would just, disappear fully. Now it turns into steam, goes up, and when it reaches the sky, it turns back into water. It does get kind of icy here, but we can just melt all of it. That's another brand new way to make water. Now, I did some testing, and using the napalm version, the good old, rocket launch napalm thing, it's still quite a lot faster. So what I suggest doing, use snow to bring like a water pool up top, and then use napalm to make water more efficiently. It's about twice as fast. I did some testing. If you want to make like a bucket of water, it's gonna take you 2 minutes to do it with the snow method and a minute to do it with this method. So this is definitely what you want to be doing. But this is a good way to bring some water up. And also if you run out, or if you need like water in a whole new location at your base, you can just use snow to make it happen. It is great. It is lovely. It is wonderful. Okay, one other change is you can now use the grabber to grab more things. So if you fly over here, actually grab some cinder, put it over here. One of the things you can do is if there's stuff in the thrower, you can now use the grabber to grab all of it. Stop flying. I'm gonna grab all of you guys. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. You can just grab it like that. Seems great. Another change. There's been a lot of changes. It's a big old update. It's just a demo. There's a lot of cool changes. You can now do this. You'd always place things, build things in the water. But now you can use a grabber. You cannot grab water, but if you have like a build layout, you can actually grab water from that. Just remove it. And then the build layout, the build planning outline that you can see over here, it actually stops water from going in there. You can just do that a couple of times. And then we can just, enlarge our area. So this will not be filled with water. It now blocks water like it exists. And then when you remove water with the build tool, it actually gets taken care of. So we can place this over here, remove all the water, and now we have everything we wanted ever in our life over here. That also means you could just like remove this, and then I want to move all this water to the top pool. I can just do this, and then I can just, hey, water, get moved, son. Go elsewhere. We don't want you here. That is neither here nor there, though. One more change. Again, a lot of changes over here. Let me just let's get rid of this water, shall we? Yeah, let's get rid of this water. Let's just pour it down here. I don't know. That seems like an okay spot. Is this gonna be a problem? Hopefully not. Where does this go? Yeah, it's a giant mess down there. We made a mess. We'll clean it up at one point. It's no big deal. We have this lovely area right here. Just bury it again. Let's grab some scoria, some cinder with my lovely grabber here. Let's grab a bunch of cinder. Just carry it all the way to the top. There's been a change in how water and lava interact. I've seen some of you in the comments saying, oh no, I, unleashed water on my lava pool that's underground, and then all the lava disappeared. Because the water destroyed it. That's a shame. But that now it's no longer possible. Because now, if you just turn this into lava real quick, it does take quite a bit to burn the scoria into cinder and cinder into lava and whatever the process actually is. Now, if we do this, we will soon find out that water no longer melts down lava. So what happens is, and this can be kind of weird. I think this might need some tweaking, because I think this is gonna cause some issues, but it is cool. Let's get rid of this as well, and let's actually use our newfound water technique. Yeah, just make a little area here, and we'll just grab the water from there. If you put down the water onto lava, it's gonna melt into steam, and the lava is gonna remain. Which sounds great at first, and it is great. But then you get this problem. The water melts into steam, the lava stays, the water flies out, becomes rain, and falls down. Now, what we have here is an infinite loop of sorts. So this whole thing, let's actually get a bit more water. Let's get a bunch of it, actually, so you can actually see the full extent of this nonsense. And I think this is it's a cool change, like in concept, but I think it's actually gonna cause problems. I feel like it's gonna be kind of easy to get like a loop that you don't want going. This is one of the only things in the game, from what I can tell, that can just like cause like an infinite loop. Because the lava never decays, it's gonna keep happening forever. So this water is gonna keep turning into rain forever and ever and ever. It will never ever stop until the end of days. So that is a little bit of an issue, if we will. It's gonna cause us some problems. So I'm gonna just honestly stop this from happening. Let's do this, and let's do this. And this way, everything that... Actually, there's like, yeah, the holes are getting filled up. Oh, also, you can also grab steam now with the grabber. All right? Yeah, you can grab steam with the grabber. We can just do this. Just grab all the steam, this area. Yeah, just grab all the steam out of the way. Extend this. Place it elsewhere. It's gonna cause issues, I think, over time. It's okay for now. You know, for me, I'm not getting any problems here because this is a small area that I made controlled. But, like, I feel like it's gonna be very easy for the water to get out of hand. Very quickly and very easily. Okay, we getting all of this out of the way. Seems great, seems nice. It's all out of there. Awesome. Let's just clean this place up and restock this. And that's mainly it for the changes that are like gameplay sensitive. There are some other tweaks, your performance fixes, bug fixes, other tiny tweaks, but these are like the most important ones that actually affect the gameplay loop, which is I think what are the ones that people kind of care about finding out the most. Nobody really cares. I mean, they're awesome, they're amazing, bug fixes are great, but if you haven't been affected by the bug, it doesn't really affect you, and you don't really need to know about it, right? Alright, what do we have here? We have wet spores. Also, this tooltip has been changed, and now it says interacts with water. Previously, we just say, like, water, and people were confused, thinking, why is this water? This is not water. But, in fact, this interacts with water. It's not water. We have all these spores, and it's actually getting kind of full. Are these... The wet spores are always on top, apparently. They are heavier. Okay, we need to, like, keep that in mind. We need to use that somehow. So, what we gotta do here, what we want to do here, is you want to process these wet spores. If we go into our research menu, we have filters, not filters 2, refining 3. Unlocks planter boxes. Let's go research that. So, that's gonna give us access to planter boxes. Let's go make a little isolated area here, just so I can show you off what this actually does, without causing problems. And you'll see in a second why I made this isolated. Let's go add ourselves a planter box. A couple of those. So what these do is when you have some wet spores on them, it will actually turn into plants. And these plants, my oh my, they are relentless. They will grow and grow and grow and grow. And they will spread like the plague. Do not mess with the plants. They can cause some big issues. Yeah. We have these, and then if you burn them, which we will do right now, because we can actually fly inside, right? Yeah. Oh, actually, the plants block us still. Interesting. Oh, the plants block us. That's gonna cause some problems. Yeah, let's burn the plants. They keep on growing still, even when on fire. These plants just do not give up. They're still trying to grow, doing their best to sneak their way around my little cavern here. Let's go burn all of this. Get rid of all these plants. They're still growing. They just don't want to stop, dude. Can we blow them up with the rocket? Okay, we can. That's one way of doing things. There we go. Yeah, the only way to fight plants. They're still going? Oh my god. Yeah, this is why I locked them in. These things, they could get nasty, dude. They could get hella nasty if you're not careful about them. Just look at this. They just don't want to give up, dude. I only put down a little bit of spores down here, and they're just still going. Yeah, I think they're just on the ceiling now. My gosh, can we use the gun to blow them up? We can, right? Yeah, we can, but they don't want to give up. Just get rid of these stupid... Can we just block them up with this, maybe? That was gonna protect them. Yeah, it's gonna stop them from, like, spreading even more, I think, on the ceiling. As soon as these get burned, let's do some more rockets. Yeah, I think they're getting blown up now. Just burn all of this, please. Can we pick them up with the thing? The seeds? We can, okay. Get the seeds out of the way. Oh no, frick! Okay, hold on, block them off. Red alert. Endless plans, okay. See what they're a problem? They just don't give up. They are endless. Let's have a little area here as well. So if you just break all of these, you'll see we got a bunch of gold. It's another way to get gold in the game. Gold that we're gonna gladly place. Where do we place our gold? Over here, right? Yeah, I'll get all the gold in here. Oh, I got some other stuff. That's fine. Move it manually for now. In here. And we also have a bot of amethylase. What is amethylase? Amethylase? I have no idea. Please correct me, because I don't know what this word is. It's a resource. It's like basically petals, I guess. And you can combine this with red sand, which we saw in the last video underground. We can get something cool out of that. But it's gonna be a whole other thing. We gotta first rain. I mean, this plant is still alive, dude. How is this even humanly possible? It's just like endless, dude. Okay. Yeah, I think the heart of the flower is like gold, and the four things are the amethylase petals. That's why there's like so much of it. Do you see this? Like, it's not even. It's just like a tiny batch of spores, dude, that just don't stop growing. We gotta like have a little planter area. And it's gonna be tricky to do this. I don't know how to do this properly, actually. I'm gonna try, but I am very open to all your tips in the comments. I don't think anyone has a great system for these yet. Like, I looked at the Discord, I don't think anyone's fully happy with what they have going. We're gonna do our best, though, to do something useful. I'm gonna just log these in over here, honestly, for the time being, on the side. Yeah, just like this. Have a little locked-in area in here. And give me, like, a vacuum, please. Yeah, let's use the vacuum real quick. Yeah, just like that. Just suck all these guys in. Suck them inside. Just suck them in. Vacuum's not the best tool ever, but it kind of works, you know, for this. Getting all of it down there. It's bouncing. The pedals are very light. You're very sensitive. Okay, that's all of this, right? Yeah, go to one more over here. Now we're gonna just, like, lock this in forever. We'll come back to this soon, don't worry. Just want to have this, like, as a separate thing until we make an actual full storage. So, we want to use all these petals. We want to grab them. We want to add water to them. And we want to plant them. It's gonna be a bit tricky because our factory is stupidly big. Also, this is not being used yet. So what I'm gonna do, like, there's no garbage coming in here ever. We have a good system, so I'll just, like, make this a bit smaller. Just because we don't really need it, right? Yeah, we can have it like this. That'll be more than enough. Store any, like, unnecessary garbage here. We have all these things working properly. We have our fire thing going. We don't have any dirt coming in right now, but that's fine. We can, like, sort this out later by doing some more mining. We want to bring these things over, I think. We're gonna bring them over to an area. How high can we build? How high can we fly, actually? We'll fly fairly high up here. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll try moving all the spores onto this area. Like this. And we'll kind of limit the amount that goes in. That's also a thing I want to do. So let's have, like, a little... Let's have a little rate limiter. I don't know where we want to place that, but I feel like just 2 tiles high seems fine. It's not gonna help the filter, but it'll be okay. And then let's actually not touch this yet. Want to go all the way up here. We're actually way far to the left than I thought we would be. I'm gonna have all of these go up here onto the thing. How lightweight are these spores? Okay, they're fairly heavy. To be fairly heavy, they're just, like, falling down. If I place some in here into the launcher, you get sucked up Going all the way up. Okay, they're going down there. Seems fine. Also, I just remembered one more thing. Last video, I know this is a quick distraction, but I tried doing like a crisscross with the, for this. And then I did a bit more testing, like, after recording, and I realized it does actually work. I just had a mistake, because I noticed when I was editing the video, I had like a thing that the things were bouncing on. So you can totally just like crisscross the streams, but you just have to not be a dummy like me and not have like a block that fully blocks the pixels from flying through. We can try it here actually, but I don't know if it's gonna be too useful. So we're gonna suck these guys up here, and then we can have like a limiter, because if these things fall down, I'll be okay with that. Let's actually block it off on the side here as well. And we can have like a couple of these actually. Let's make this open like this. Let's have like 3 of them. And we'll do them like a different level. So let's have one over here, one over here, one over here. And I'm gonna add the limiter regardless. I'll do like a little hut here, right? Little hut. And then we'll block this off like this. And it's gonna limit it to 2 tiles, but it can like stock up in this area. And then we can like block it off. Not actually fully, just like over here, I guess. Just so it doesn't like fly off wherever we don't want it to fly off. So we can just like fly through these now, right? It doesn't really matter to replace them. We can just like place them wherever. We can just fly through them, no problem. We can't, by the way, we cannot just like stop hovering here. You can see there's like an area up there. But we can just keep doing this just fine. It's gonna keep on going. And let me actually just do like a blockade here. Like a temporary block. Just want to test this out now. How is this gonna function if we have all of these? Oh, this place is deep, dude. This thing is deeper than I thought. My gosh. Okay, this is gonna get sucked in now. Lots of things getting sucked in. They're flying just fine, piling up. A variety of stuff. That's okay. So the dry ones are here. They're dry. We need to like have them get wet somehow. Where do we have a lot of room? We have quite a lot of room here actually. And we have room here as well. This area is a lot closer. I think we're gonna have the wetting area. That sounds very wrong, by the way, the wetting area. We're gonna have the wetting area right here. I'm gonna do things a bit differently than with the other water. But that'll be fine. So, they're getting sucked in. And I wanna make sure these get sucked in forever, right? What we'll do, just have a couple of these diagonal boys. Well, I guess they're just like 1 tile boys. And just gonna copy them. The side. And do it again. And that way, it's always gonna get filled up. So some things are falling down, but I'm okay with that. It's getting like clogged up. Perfectly fine. We reached the edge here. This is getting evened out quite nicely. We like to see that. Alright, so there it's gonna keep going over here. And then we want to have the wetting area. So we want to separate the dry and the wet spores into 2 parts. As we can tell, the wet spores, they are lighter for some reason than the normal spores. They are above. They will always stay on top. So what we can do here is we can add a filter that allows only spores through, right? If we have the filter for spores, it's gonna just drag them all in here. And then it's gonna go into a pool, is my idea. It goes into a pool, right? That is the plan. And all the wet spores can just continue onwards. So we're gonna make a pool here. A pool of water. Just like this. And then we're gonna have a conveyor belt at the bottom. Just like that. And then we're gonna have... This pool is actually probably too big. Let me make it a bit smaller. Like that. And we're gonna have another filter that allows only... Allow only wet spore through here. Like this. It's gonna be like a little passage, right? That's the plan. This is the wetter area. I'm gonna make it smaller. So this filter, the filters against, they work vertically as well. So these will only let wet spores through. Anything that goes over here is gonna be a wet spore, is the idea. Just like that. And then we gotta find a way to like pile them all up into one massive area. So you can all drop down here onto another conveyor belt in this area. And then if we have the wetter, as we said, we can have, let's see, another filter wall here. Allow only wet spores through here. Like this. So anything that comes over here gonna fall down. They're gonna get wet. And only wet spores will be let through here, actually. I'm gonna make this bigger. For reasons. Let's copy this a bit. Yeah, make it a bit bigger. And then we're gonna have another conveyor belt going here to the right. And I want to test this out real quick, so let's try it out. Let's have some dry spores. This should get stuck here, because this only allows wet spores, right? Allow spore, allow... Okay, I said it the wrong way. My bad. Hold on. Good thing I checked. Allow only wet spore. Only wet spore allowed here. Let's try it again. So only wet spore should go through here. The same should be true for this other, the top one. Oh, because this one drops them down, right? This drops all those spores down. And these will get stuck here. They only allow wet spore. Only allow spore, only allow wet spore. If we have wet spores here, do a quick test. Let's see. And the wet spores are on top, which is important. Will that work, though? What if we have... Instead of a conveyor belt, what if we had these? Like this. Let's copy. Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, so there's a bug with the copy tool. If you have like this thing collected, you cannot actually copy things properly. Have a bunch of these. They're gonna get tossed to the right non-stop. And they're gonna get reshuffled. They're gonna get reshuffled. For reasons. But these will still not go through because there's no conveyor belt pulling them down. So we are actually kind of in trouble here. We need to find a way to like get... I mean, we should... Because the dry spores are at the bottom. Right? What about water? How does water interact with this? Does the water get... sit on top of them? I kind of want to test that out. Let's do some experimenting, shall we? We have our water nearby, thankfully. Right over there. Let's make a little pool here. We'll do some water tests real quick. Let's see. Let's have the water blocked off. And then we can like pick it up with the pick tool. Carry it over here. How does the water interact with these? Wet spores? They sit on top. Wet spores sit on top of water. Okay. Dry spores... They sink into water. So I think what that means... In water, if you place water, does it sink... You have like dry spores on top. Oh, they always sink through all the way. Okay. They always sink through all the way down. So they will always get wet because water is going to be at the very bottom, right? Have water in here. It should always make everything wet. I think this is going to work. If not, we'll replace these with launchers instead. But I think this should be okay. Let me just move all of these spores real quick. Just like that. Get the wet spores out of the way. As long as we have water here, I think it's gonna be a-okay. And we'll just like block this off and then just move the water manually into our storage tank, because that's where I want it to be, really. For the time being. We don't need any of these either. That should be okay. So that's gonna split all of our spores into two parts. I think that's gonna be great. I think it's gonna work quite well. I kind of want to test it real quick. Let's do a quick test. So this is gonna go in here. Let me get the spore out of the way. Just put it up there or whatever. Let's block this off for a sec. And then we want to have these things get like thrown to the side. Like right here. Onto another conveyor belt. And then these wet spores and these wet spores, I want them to combine into one big bit. Is the idea. And what we'll do real quick is just to like make sure we're doing this right. We'll have a reverse conveyor belt here. Let's have a couple of throwers. That's not a thrower. A couple of throwers, please. Over here. Just like that. We'll block this off on this end. Just like this. So this is just a test. I just want to see if these things loop properly. So this is gonna split everything into two parts, right? Let's unblock this. And let's block this area and unblock this one. So this entire bit's gonna go past now. Now I wanna see, when these things get over here, do they split nicely? We also do wanna get some water in here. Not too much though. Like, I wanna fill this with water. Like half of it with water, I guess. Need some pipes for that. Need a whole new pipe system. Let's get some pipes, let's get a pump. Let's get a vent over here. So I want to have some... I think this is a good level. Just like that. And let's have the pipes. And I want to kind of have them nice and neat. So we'll go through this area. I know it's hard to see, but these actually are getting placed properly. And then we need... I mean, I don't have a good place to get the water from. Okay, they are getting split nicely. All the dry spores are going down, which is great. I think actually we need pipes over here as well. At the very edge, so they can like wet the rightmost spores. I think that's actually more important than anything else. Let's have these things at the edge. Over there. So they wet the stuff that's on the right. Because that's what matters. And then if we have... Now, the problem is I don't know where my pipes are. I guess they're over here somewhere? Oh, gosh. Why did I do this again like this? Why did I... I mean, I think it's connected, right? Either way, I can just re-add it, so it will definitely get placed again. Let's have a little test here. I'm not gonna use this pipe level here. But I do want to, like... shred out. Let's have a little... water tank area. Let's actually make this a bit bigger. Find a nice spot where it aligns nicely, just like that. Beautiful. And then we'll break this open, and we'll use some rocketeering technology here. The rocket launcher. To get some napalm going. Increase the size of this water pool. We can also use snow, but again, this is faster. This is quite a bit faster, because look at the amount of water we have already. It's just like ebbing and flowing immediately. Okay, and we'll extend the pipe all the way here. Let's have it like at like this level for now. Again, it's not gonna be here in the long run. I'm just placing it here right now, so I don't have to. I can just like test it out. Let's get some more napalm in there. Then increase the level, and water should start dripping down. Right? Water is not dripping down. Why is the water not dripping down is my question. Is this not working because... Hold on. Because I did it the wrong way. You sussy baka. There we go, place the wrong one. Okay, so they're getting wet. They are getting wet. They're actually getting wetter. Water is flowing everywhere, but the spores are getting wet properly. You know, it does take a bit. And there are some spores that are stuck. Actually, quite a lot of it that's stuck here. This may be a bit too much water. They seem to be stuck in the water, is the problem. So the water is like overtaking our entire thing now. It's all water now, so these are not going anymore. What if I have the tossers as well? Like if I had like a tosser here at the very edge. And then we pick up the spores here. Why did they get stuck before? I'm not really sure. But they're going now. They're going through now just fine. It is a bit sporadic. But it is working okay, because the water does thing now. This, by the way, is way too much water. I'm going to change this a bit. Put it at a lower level, I think. I think we do something like this. Let's have a pipe on this level. And let's remove these. And we'll remove the pipe as well. Using the pipe remover tool over here. And we add a couple of droppers. Like, let's add one here. It still drops, and let's add one here. So this is gonna keep the water level to this area, right? And it's gonna get all wetted and filled in. And it'll start moving just fine. Okay, so this kind of works. It's the spore washer. We made a spore washing facility. It is not ideal. Maybe even this is too tall. Maybe even this is like too much water. It is getting blocked again. What if I had over here? It doesn't really help. So it does get blocked for some reason. I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about that. What if we have just a tosser up here? On this level. So this tosses stuff. It just tosses some spores. Not all of them. If you had it like at the... almost at the end... it doesn't help. Okay. What if we had... because is this like a wet spore that got in? It's a wet spore. It's a dry spore at the very bottom that cannot actually be wetted right now. But if we have a filter that allows only wet spores, water still goes through them no matter what. It doesn't actually help. So this will get clogged up after a time no matter what. Because of the amount of water that we have. So maybe we could just like toss it into a water pool as normal. And then like do things to it. Have like a water pool at the lower level and have these getting tossed to a higher level. So maybe something like this. If you do like another filter. Let's have a filter that only blocks wet spores over here. And then what we do is we have this bottom thing be just a pool, basically. We don't even need any of these. Oh no, what have I done? It's okay. It'll get blocked. It's fine. It's all a closed loop anyway, so it's whatever. And then we have like a tosser that goes like this. Can you toss above through the filter? No, you cannot toss through the filter. Is the problem? If we have these conveyor belts, I know I'm kind of like changing things around a bit now. Let's have these conveyor belts go to the left instead. And then we can have... we don't need this anymore. We can have the tosser be right here. Right? So they fall down and they go to the left. Is the idea. The problem is now this place is a big old mess. We have so many spores. Let's just clear all of these up. This is not an easy system. You know, the spores, the interaction, this is where things get kind of wild. Okay. A bit more. Come on. Thankfully, we can just pick up the water. Imagine if we couldn't pick up the water. We have to have to, like, drain this entire system just to place all of these. So now these things can go to the left. Why are these spores stuck? I don't know, but they're getting picked up now. So now they're going to get tossed up there. I think this works now. I think this is okay now. I think this is a fine system. We need to do some fixes here, though. Let's have a normal conveyor belt. It goes through here. Like that. Seems fine, and then these wet spores, let's move them all up to the side. They did get stuck. So the water is at the bottom, which is like the biggest issue now. Water gets stuck at the bottom. What if we had like the drop at this level? Right? We just have way too much water. We also want to like move all of these out of the way. Okay, there's too much water for me now. Can I just move the water elsewhere somehow? What's the best way to do that? Let's close all of this off. By the way, we don't need any of these. There is the pipe visible, which is fine. I like the pipe, so that's fine. So these get like they get way too stuck. They had like way too much drip, which means we need to like block this off. And let's have a little pool here of water we can even use this pool maybe for something later on. Just move the water. Get the water and move it. Yeah, as much water as we can pick up. Just pick it up down here, and all the wet spores can be picked up separately later on. Okay, there's the spores now. Put them up here. Let's clean this up. This water's gonna get down here. Is this water gonna... are we gonna be getting more of it, is the question that I have. I don't really know. Actually, we don't need the wet spores here. Put them up to the top. So right now, there's like a couple of... we can just do this. Just flamethrower them, I guess. Get them out of the way. So now, like, this doesn't drop water at all anymore. Is it because we actually might be out of at our main area here? Because I did... yeah, that's the problem. Okay. So let's get a couple more napalm launches going. Where is that again? Over here. Again, if anyone has like a great idea, do let me know in the comments. I missed all of them, really? Okay, I got a couple of these. That should fill up our water tank a tiny little bit. There's a bunch of rain coming. I love to see it. Here we go. And this should, like, not overflow now. It should be, the amount of water that can come in should be limited. There goes the water. And now it might actually work just fine. I'm also thinking about, instead of just having the conveyor belt, again, if it doesn't work, it's not gonna work though, right? Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, let's just have these. Yeah, have a bunch of these. Toss them to the left instead. These will always work. These will always be just fine. So now we have this layer of water, and now if we get like some dry spores in here, just like toss them wherever, get a bunch of them, they will get tossed to the side. Okay, this is much better. We don't even need the conveyor belt. I'm gonna keep it because I do like having it there. But this should be just fine. Also, there's a mistake here that I made. That's okay, we can fix that real quick. Just get a normal conveyor belt, and then we pick up all of these spores. And now these only let wet spores through, and wet spores come up here. And there's... Why are there wet spores getting stuck in the filter though? I don't know. It is weird. So it's all gonna get wetted here, and it's all gonna get cycled around. I could have just had this bit be up here, honestly. But I'm fine with that. This looks cool. That's what matters most. It's the rule of cool, you know? It's what you want to do here. Let's sort out our pipes a bit. Because I think this is a bit of a mess. So let's have a pipe. Let's say here. Whatever, dude. I'm fine with that. And let's have a water sucker. A liquid pump over here. And then we have the sucker over there. So this should be okay, right? It should be fine. And we can remove this pipe in this area fully. Because we don't care about that anymore. Yeah, this can go away. We need to get actual water here at one point. Because it will get used up fairly quickly. But that's okay. We do actually have a lot of water in our money tank. When we handle that somehow, that would be fine. We'll probably just like drag it from the main pit at the bottom. Let's actually do that right now, because it is important for me to like have water taken care of. So let's have pipes here. Go all the way into this area. And I kind of want to have it like a visible spot. Now it's a bit bigger than it has to be. Alright, we can fly through everything. Have it be a bit zigzaggy. It can go down here into that bit. We need more water, by the way. Oh, there's water coming over here and over here. I'm gonna have to make a bit more water to have this system fully up and running, I think. Yeah, there's like water coming in here, but it's... No, hold on. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it look a bit cooler. Pipe remover. We don't need these pipes. Yeah, we'll do this. We'll do this. And then we'll do another dropper here. Why? Because I want to. I want to see the water dripping. That's the idea. Okay, we're out of water. Now we know that the water is fully out. Because it's no longer dripping. I'm gonna do some napalm farming, and I'll be back with you in a sec. Alrighty, we have a great supply of water now. Should be more than enough for us to do whatever we want with our spore washing. So let's get to the planting, shall we? That's like the main event here. These are all going down here. How much higher can we go in this area? Not actually that much higher at all. What I want to do is we want to turn these bad boys around at one point. And just have them go into like a planter to the right here. Now, I'm not really sure how to like spread the spores the best way. Because if we just put them all into one spot, they're all just gonna get onto one spot. We gotta find a way to like spread them semi-naturally somehow. A filter could work for that with like a bunch of blocks. Let's give that a go. So if I just raise all of these to the top, and then we have... Let's do a little design that we can copy and paste. Let's do like a filter that allows only wet spores through. So we'll do that. It'll be over here like this, right? And then we'll do a bunch of these throwers. Let's have them like every third tile maybe. Let's see how that actually works out for us. If we just do a little test here. A little test area. Let's have them, all these thrown down. Okay, some of them, like most of them fall down at the very beginning. but they will get spread out a bit. What if we just have all of these like non-stop? What if we even have, actually, hold on. If we have the throwers here, where they are, but instead of them, if we instead of these things we had the solid blocks, what would happen then if we just like threw the wet spores onto this instead? If we get thrown, I mean, reasonably far, I guess, because this would get clogged up after a while. So I think this design should be okay. For us, having one filter at the beginning is fine, and let's do like a copy of this area, and we'll just copy it over here, of course, because we need to have this cleaned up. Just copy it over here, and that should be plenty, I would say. Let's just pick all these spores up, put them back into our loop-de-loop area, like that, and we'll empty this out, and we'll make this, again, we don't have to worry about the room that much, because now we know that planters like are a limited thing, and we can have the planters at the bottom. We want to have all the planters, probably, and we can do the exact same thing with the throwers, I think, on the bottom, because they will reach. This should work, I think. If not, we can easily remove it. As you know, we do some testing. Do this, and that's gonna throw all of these to the right. Maybe we want to have these getting thrown to the left instead, actually. That could be a thing. Have like them go a different way. I don't know, we'll see. I copied them instead of moving. My bad. Sorry, I moved them instead of copying. Like that. And we'll grow this, block this off as well. And we want to have at the entrance here, we want to have a filter. Again, we don't want the plants to get out, ever. They're problematic, right? We have filters that allow only wet spores. Like this. This should only let wet spores into this area. The plants are gonna get down there, and then we can like burn them. Also, I'm just realizing we gotta find a way to actually get all this stuff out, because this ain't gonna do. So I need to change this thing immediately. This is not a good system. Hold on. We get gold and amethyst out of it, right? So gold, we could just toss down there easily. Amethyst could be a bit more of an issue. So let's have the gold come out here. Actually, move all of this. Have so everything that we gather. Let's remove every second planter box. Oh gosh, what have I done? Planter box. Let's delete all of this actually. Its copying is so much easier than. Actually, before we did that, we're gonna have a filter here as well. Again, a filter that blocks only wet spores. Block only wet spores. Did that work? Hold on. That thing selected. Block only wet spores. Like this. So that way, it's gonna block the wet spores. Everything is gonna fall down through it, all the way to the end. I hope. And then I guess the copy doesn't work when you have the filter selected. That's a bug. You cannot copy stuff with the filter. This is gonna be a double. I don't want that. Hold on. Have it like this. And have this be touching one of these. So it's all gonna get thrown to the right, getting planted around and around. I feel like it's gonna get stuck on the plants though, because the plants will always keep growing. I don't think it's gonna be a great system, honestly. But we do have to burn them manually anyway, so maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, we don't need to go that far. We'll just block it off here. It's more than enough. They're all gonna get thrown to the side. Everything's gonna fall down, and then we're gonna have the amethyst and gold falling down here. Quite a bit of it, I might add. And then for the gold, we're gonna have a height filter here, so it's like only one layer, so it gets filtered out. We're gonna have another filter conveyor that only allows gold through. No, hold on. That only allows amethyst through. The filter conveyor only allow amethyst through, right here. And then we're gonna have a normal conveyor, so we know where the gap is. Then I'm gonna have a conveyor, a filter conveyor that only allows gold through. Right here. And then we can like split these up into two. So gold, also wall this off just in case. The gold's gonna go fall down here into this bit, and then we can just like ferry it over. So gold's gonna go down here, and then it's gonna fall directly over here, which is where we want it to be, right? No, we don't want it to be here. Darn it, I messed up again. This is not where we want the gold to be. I thought this would be like where we want the gold to go, but that's not the case. Oh, we're just bound, dude. Want the gold to be here somehow. Want the gold to end up in this area. Okay, for now, we'll just put it in a pit, because this system might not even work. We'll just put it in a pit and move it later. Oh, I know how we can do it. I have a great idea for this, actually. I'll do that in the next video, maybe, because I don't think there's enough time for this today. And then, if we have... Yeah, we can just store it in here. That's gonna be the plan. We're gonna store it all in here. That's great. And then, what we can do is amethyst is gonna fall down here onto a different conveyor belt. This one. And then it's gonna go into a pit. The thing is, I have this lava here. I'm not gonna have this lava here. That is not the plan. I will just cover this up for the time being. I'll get rid of this lava soon. So amethyst can go like into a pit here. Is the idea. Like this, have these all go to the side, and have a bunch of throwers here for all the amethysts, right? Like that. Make sure we wall. It is breezy. We'll just wall all of it off. Yeah, big old pit for amethysts. We're gonna fall down here, and we'll do like a filter, because the filter is gonna align it nicely. We're gonna have a lot of it, I think. Filter, allow only amethysts inside here. All the way there. So that's gonna fill up the amethyst. Let's see if this works. We made this whole system. We haven't tested it out yet, so what we'll do is we'll just do a quick test over here. You're getting blocked. Allow wet spores. Are these not wet spores? I guess they don't want to go. What if we had like a thing here? Okay, now it goes. All right, it goes like that. But then it immediately stops because there's no conveyor belt here, right? Gotcha. I think we tested. They're all going through here. I do kind of want to have a thrower here, I think. Oh, they're getting thrown down. All the way. Okay, they're getting thrown. They're not actually getting planted properly. Just like flying way too far. So what if we remove all the throwers from the planters instead? I mean, they're getting thrown in the end, I guess. Okay. Yeah, we have plants going. I mean, they're getting... The thing is, not the problem with plants, right? They get like stuck to... If you put up from the top, the plants will always block everything, right? So that's gonna be the issue. But I think this is working quite fine. So we're gonna get aligned at the end very nicely. I think we actually don't want to have anything here right now, honestly. Just have a conveyor belt. Like toss the stuff. Yeah, it's gonna get spread out a bit more. It's gonna be a bit nicer. There's a higher chance of success. They do fly quite a bit. Okay. Let's unleash the Kraken now. Unleash all of it. We don't need actually any of these anymore. These conveyor belts are old and useless. This can be just a blockade here. And we don't need this anymore. So this is gonna give us all the spores that we've been gathering so far. And they're all gonna fly. They're gonna go through here. And then when they reach this area, they're gonna get spread out. All the wet spores that are on top are gonna stay on top. And they're gonna go continue along their merry way. All the dry spores will fall down, and then we'll slowly get into my filter that is full of water. And they're gonna get tossed around, and every now and then, some wet spores will come out of the whole shebang. We seem to have an issue here, though. I think it's gonna get clogged up, so what we'll do is we'll remove this and extend this a bit. Extend the normal conveyor belt so they all get thrown down here. So we don't end up with, like, yeah, that big of a clog. So it gets spread out a bit more. Okay, that seems fine. They're getting spread out quite nicely. We'll also extend this a bit, so it gets thrown a bit further away. Yeah, so it's over here. It's gonna get spread out. And the water is not really doing that much for us, unfortunately. Let's have another water wetting area here. I mean, some of them get wet, I think. Not all of them, though. Let's have a liquid one here as well, so like also some water at least. So some of these spores will get wet as well. You know, as the dry ones get up, some of them will get wet. That's gonna work out quite fine. And we're gonna have not too much water anyway. So this will still keep things going, I think. It'll still be okay. We might want to have one more over here at the end, just to like catch any stragglers, but I think it should work out quite okay. We are getting way too many spores though. Like way too many. We need to like, I think, limit this input here. I think that's gonna cause issues. Let's limit the amount of input we're giving it. Yeah, because it's getting all piled up. Our water cannot actually keep up. We could try adding more water, but I don't know if it's gonna be successful. But this, I think, should... Oh my god, there's so much stuff coming through now. Oh boy. Okay. I mean, it's still going, I guess, which is fine. And then it's all going in here. The problem is, you gotta clear this out manually, dude. I mean, you can use the rockets, I guess, right? Yeah, use some rocketing. Oh, the problem is... the amethyst is on top. I mean, sometimes it falls down. Oh, we're getting stuck in the plants. No! They're eating me alive! Please, help me! Oh, frig, dude. These stupid plants are chaos. I mean, there's stuff falling down. It kind of works. Just gotta blow things up from the bottom, right? Yeah, there's an internal, like, fire going. They are burning all the time. And there are resources falling down every now and then. So that's gonna work out quite nicely for us. The goal is getting into the pit. I have plans for that pit. We're gonna sort that in the next video. I have a really cool idea for it. No, we're just fine. And these spores are still going through, which is great. I kind of do want to, like, since I made the mistake initially, I kind of do want to, like, move these away. Move some of these dry spores out of the way. Just to reduce the amount of them. We have so many. Yeah, just get some of them out of here. Can we toss them, like... We can toss them down here, right? Yeah, that should work, because that's where they go, usually. Yeah, get these spores out of the way, please. Just clear it up a bit so we can have things getting wet again. It's not ideal, it's not perfect. But we are doing the wetting. That's such an awful word. We're doing the wetting really nice. I'm the wet master. Yeah, I'm gonna wet all your spores, guys. It's gonna be brilliant. Okay, so it's doing fine. We're fixing this up. Oh, they don't want to do that. Okay, it's no, get him in from here. Sussy buckas? Okay. Beautiful. Alright, it's looking fine. It's actually also cycling them back now as well. So the spore wetting is a success, I would say. Plenty of water here. It's all dripping and dropping. We would like to see it. This filter is limiting the amount of stuff. Oh, it's spreading out of the things. It can go through the actual filters. That's not good. That's not good. That is not good. That is not good at all, actually. That is not good at all, man. Oh, frick, dude. Okay, I have an idea. If that's the case, let's just have this. And let's have this. And we can say, hey, you can have a filter here. It's gonna be like, filter block wet spore. Like this, and we'll have a conveyor belt that's normal. Like this. Move all these things out of the way. And that's gonna block the wet spores. I mean, they're getting stuck here, but it's still like on fire. We need more rockets here. So the problem with this is you can't really do it manually, right? You gotta, there's no way to like use lava to properly set it on fire. So you gotta just come and burn these every now and then. And we do have a lot of amethysts here. It's getting stuck in our processing thing. Why? Because gold is heavier than amethyst. Amethyst is on top, so gold doesn't manage to get it filtered out properly. Because it's always on top, right? So this system gets backlogged fully. Because we need to split the gold first. And then do the amethyst. That would be ideal. Just having this bigger, though. Like, what if we had a little filter system again? This might be like a desperate solution. But this will let the gold loop around, I think. And there's not that much gold. So once the gold gets clear, I think this is because we have like everything like blocked up here. We'll Once the gold gets cleared up, we should be in a good spot. Because, yeah, there's not that much gold. I think this will work. It's not like the best loop I've ever seen. In fact, we might want to make it a bit bigger. You know, I know like adding a loop is not a great solution. It's not great engineering. But you gotta start somewhere, right? Yeah, this should work out just fine. So everything is to the end. It just cycles back into the filter. It'll be just fine. And we have all the plants growing again, and they're everywhere, but they're not leaving the little area. And then like stray metals does actually end up here on the side. And goes all the way out. I'm gonna have a lot of it, by the way. This bit may not be enough soon. We'll see. This may result in utter chaos. Like, we could like make a little loop of like plants and pots and whatnot. Maybe that would help out. Maybe that would make things nicer. I don't know. The thing is, I think also when a metallist grows from here, sorry, when the plants grow from here, they will push any other blocks away. Yeah, this is not getting split up perfectly, so this loop actually did solve our issues. It'll be fine. These things up top, dude, they're like a problem. Get them out of the way. They keep spreading like the plague, dude. They're endless, relentless. Hey, the weather is working great, by the way. We have plenty of wet spores coming in 24/7. I'm honestly gonna remove one of these. I feel like we're getting way too many spores in. Just like reduce the spore intake. And we gotta like find a way for the plants to like not get all the way to the friggin' top, dude. Also, I'm realizing I don't have all my upgrades. Let's get the rapid fire upgrade. That's the gun. Darn it, that's the wrong thing. I wanted to get the rocket launcher. Urgh. My gosh, it's just endless, dude. It's just endless plants. They're unstoppable. Eternal. But at least they're contained in this box. And we can be fairly happy about that. It has been Sandustry. Brand new cool update. New stuff that we made in our factory. It's a bit of a mess, but you know, that's part of the charm. Thank you all so much for watching. My name has been Twisted from HoneyBunnyGames. Now we'll see you next time.